Underway 8 a.m. Tuesday, February 24th, right here on Jocks. Andy Burcham joins us each and every week at this time. The voice of the Auburn Tigers, presented by our friends at Craneworks.
Lift it, load it, grade it, grind it, move it, haul it, rig it, dig it, Craneworks, Rentalworks, yeah! The big dog's got it.
The voice of the Auburn Tigers, Andy Burcham, on Mac and Cube in the Morning is brought to you by Craneworks. Lifted, buy and rented, the big dog's got it. Now, Andy Burcham.
Andy, always great to have you in. Big win over the weekend against the Kentucky Wildcats. We talked to Richard Hendricks about it yesterday. I asked him what stuck out most. He said grit, plain and simple. I would imagine that would be towards the top, at least, on your list of what you picked up from that game. But what part of that did you see maybe a little bit differently than prior about some of that grit, finding a way to go win that basketball game?
Well, you know, Auburn has been in some of these ball games of late and just hasn't been able to win them. And they found a way this last Saturday to do that against Kentucky. And what Stephen Pearl basically said was a must-win for Auburn. And Auburn has another must-win tonight here in Norman, Oklahoma. It was that Auburn found a way to do it. Now, listen, did Auburn play a perfect basketball game? It didn't. And it found a way, though, to get back in the ball game. After trailing by as many as 9, it found a way to win that game on Saturday, in spite of the fact that it missed in the last 5 seconds, missed 2 shots, but the third fell, the tip in by Elijah Freeman. And it was a great atmosphere at Neville Arena that helped, I think, Auburn in that game. And there were similarities last week in the 2 ball games that Auburn played. And Auburn made comebacks in both of those games, including down 18 at Mississippi State, came back and took a lead, and at State had a 7-point lead with just under 4 minutes left, and then did not win that ball game. But Saturday, again, Auburn trailed at the half, trailed by 9 in the second half, came back, and with about 4 minutes to go, was in much the same situation as it was Wednesday at Mississippi State, and this time found a way to win the ball game. And as it is, it turns out the only thing that matters is that Auburn did win that ball game and snapped a 5-game win streak, and now has 4 games left. 2 of those on the road tonight here in Norman, Oklahoma, to close the season in Alabama, and then 2 home games against both Ole Miss and LSU.
Andy Burcham joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline, discussing this Auburn basketball team trying to keep their tournament hopes alive. First off, what do you hear about that right now, just Auburn as it pertains to the NCAA tournament?
Well, it depends on who you hear from. I mean, Joe Lunardi with ESPN has Auburn as one of the last 4 buys at this point. So you'd have to say that Auburn's close to being a bubble team at this point. There's really not a lot of room for error at this point for Auburn. Auburn's got to win ball games down the stretch of this season. That's the one that I see more than anything else. I think right now Auburn is in, but Auburn's got to continue to win to be in the NCAA tournament. Now, where that falls for Auburn with regard to seeding in the NCAA tournament is a different deal. I think if Auburn does make the NCAA tournament, and I think it will, I think Auburn's seeding will be a little bit better because of its strength of schedule, which is number 1 in the country right now. But Auburn's got to get in the NCAA tournament right now, and it's got to win ball games, and the first of which is tonight here in Norman, Oklahoma.
And that's a team, Andy. Schizophrenic would be, I think, the best way to describe them. Like, people are going to look at the record, specifically the conference record, and say, yeah, they're not very good. But they've gotten some really nice wins, some big nice wins, kind of out of nowhere, uncharacteristic wins. What does Auburn have to do to manage this team tonight? What do they need to take away? What do they need to slow down?
To talk about Oklahoma, they've beaten a couple teams that Auburn didn't. And one of those was Vanderbilt, and they beat Vanderbilt in Nashville. The thing that sticks out about this Oklahoma team to me is Nigel Pack and Xavier Brown. Brown is a junior who transferred in from St. Joseph's. He was a first team All A10 Atlantic 10 player at St. Joseph's. He's second in the SEC, shooting 91% from the field. And then Nigel Pack just jumps off the page. He's the leading scorer at 15.7 points a game. Played at both Kansas State and Miami. A guy with over 2,100 points in his career. And he has 86 threes this season on 195 attempts. 59% of his shots are threes. And we know that at times three-pointers have really hurt Auburn of late. And that, to me, is the thing that Auburn has to be able to defend, is the three-point shooting, especially of Pack and of Brown tonight. And a couple former Alabama guys on the inside, and Darren Reed and Muhammad Wagi. So it is a talented ball club, I think, in Oklahoma. You look at the record and you say, well, Auburn should win that game. Well, look at the record of Mississippi State last week. And look what Josh Hubbard did last week. So there is precedent there that this Auburn ball club needs to be concerned about with this Oklahoma ball club. What kind of crowd we see here tonight for Oklahoma, I don't know. I don't know what kind of crowd we'll see, but it's an Oklahoma ball club that's trying to get to the 500 mark, and an Auburn ball club that's trying to get into the NCAA tournament. So Auburn has to defend the three and defend it well, I believe, tonight against Oklahoma.
Absolutely. Andy Burcham with us on the Higginbotham Hotline. One thing we haven't discussed in a while, just the overall health of this team. This is the time of year where you get those nagging injuries. You maybe start to look at minutes in a different way of who do we preserve, who needs a little bit more of a night off. I can think of about this time a year ago with Janai Broom's ankle, where Coach Bruce Pearl was kind of like, we're going back and forth here. Do we grind through? Do we give him a night off? And I'm not saying that there's anything to that extent for this team, but where is sort of the overall health of this Auburn basketball team?
Cole, I think for the most part, other than just the wear and tear of a college basketball season, this Auburn ball club is healthy going into tonight. I don't know of any nagging injuries out there with anyone other than, of course, the two guys that have been out for quite some time, Emeka Porum, who's done for the year, and Abdul Bashir, who hasn't played at all of late. So I think Auburn is a pretty healthy ball club going into this one tonight. I'm sure there are some nagging injuries that you see everywhere at this time of the year, but you don't have the injuries that Janai had with the ankle and his shoulder and that type of thing, or remember Denver Jones last year injured an ankle in that Kentucky ball game that when Auburn won in Lexington and clinched the SEC championship, and then he didn't play at Texas A&M. But I don't think that Auburn has that at all going into tonight here in a late start here in Norman tonight.
How does that affect things for the team, specifically on the road?
Well,
does it make anything real different?
I don't think so, Cole, because this has not been a real deep team all year long. It's basically a 7, maybe 18 or player rotation. I don't think that changes at all, unless something has happened that I'm not aware of. But I don't think that changes Auburn's rotation at all going into tonight. I think it's the same 7, 8 guys that we have seen all season long. And the one guy that has played about 4 or 5 minutes of late is Blake Mishalik, and he's in there to give Tahad Pettiford just a couple minutes. Tahad is logging a lot of minutes. So is Kevin Overton. So is Keyshawn Hall. So is Keyshawn Murphy. Sebastian Williams-Adams. All 5 of Auburn starters are logging a lot of minutes. I don't think that changes at all down the stretch of this season.
No, definitely not. Who is the key offensively in this one tonight for Auburn that you're going to be watching, saying either facilitating, scoring from certain places, be it in the paint, perimeter, offensively? What do you think is the key for Auburn from an individual standpoint tonight?
Well, it's hard for me not to say that it's not Keyshawn Murphy the way he has played of late. 24 or 25 points on Saturday, a career high. He was coming off, and 2 games before that, he had a career high 22 points. He has really started to assert himself from an offensive standpoint on the low post, and I think that needs to continue for Auburn. But to me, the key for this Auburn ball club right now, some may be surprised to me, is the play of Tahad Pettiford. 21 points, 5 assists, and shooting 46% from the field in his last 4 games. Has hit 34 of his last 35 field goals. I think Tahad Pettiford is playing the best basketball of his Auburn career of late. And it comes at an odd time because Auburn hasn't been winning ball games. It hasn't been because of Tahad Pettiford. I think Tahad has to continue to be a steady and producing force at the point for Auburn. Listen, everybody's important on that. When you're playing 7, maybe 8 guys tops, everybody's important. All have to produce. But to me, it's what Tahad Pettiford is doing for Auburn at the point. Listen, Keeson Hall is still Auburn's leading scorer and rebounder. He is likely going to be, by the end of the year, Auburn's single season record holder as far as the number of free throws attempted and made in a season. And he continues to be, but to me, the guy that runs the show right now, that is the engine of this ball club, is the sophomore Tahad Pettiford.
I don't think there's any doubt. Andy, enjoy it tonight. We'll be tuned in. Appreciate the time. I want to ask you a completely random question before we let you go.
Ready.
Most thankless job in America. I gave my vote to Charlie Baker earlier. We were talking about just the NCAA, and I haven't heard anybody in the country say, you know what, he's actually doing a halfway decent job, much less good job or great job. Or, man, he's done some good things. Everything is literally, he's the worst. What is he doing? And a lot of that is just being tied to the NCAA. I get it. But I don't know another job that I can think of that comes with, there are definitely jobs that come with more negativity, but you at least get in every now and then, hey, that was pretty good there. That was a nice job. I haven't heard any of that with Charlie Baker. Literally none.
Whoa. I don't know if I have an answer for that.
It's okay.
I don't know. I think, I'm sure that he knew going in that came with the job, however. And part of that is probably the folks that have gone before him as the head of the NCAA and all that goes into that, and all of the lawsuits that are out there where it seems as though the NCAA has lost its power or is not enforcing its rules. So I understand what you're saying. I'm not sure that's going to change anytime soon.
No.
With regard to that job.
I'm with you. I don't think it does either. Andy, great stuff. Thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it. We know each and every week you're brought to us by Craneworks.
And Rental Works offers a full line of rental equipment for any of their machinery needs. They offer full operators for every type of equipment as well. They can supply the equipment you need, plus the man to do the job. Go to craneworks.com for a quote in Birmingham, Nashville, Mobile, and Huntsville. We're on the air tonight at 7:30 right here on Jocks from the Lloyd Noble Center. Saturday, the Tigers play host to Ole Miss. We've got baseball this weekend as well on campus as the Tigers play host to Nebraska. So looking forward to a very, very busy and a big week of Auburn athletics coming up.
There you go. Hey, quickly, too, a nice weekend for Auburn baseball, picking up the
huge
Globe Life
that's
tournament, whatever it's called, trophy.
Yeah, that's a big weekend for Auburn. And Auburn has taken advantage, I think, of that in years past down in Arlington, and to get wins against Kansas State, then Florida State and Louisville, especially coming off of a tough loss in the midweek against Cincinnati. Auburn was really good. Auburn's pitching continues to be very strong. Hit the ball well up and down the lineup. That's a big boost for Butch Thompson's ball club. I'm looking forward. I get to do my first game on Friday against Nebraska, so looking forward to be back in the booth with Brad Law on Friday.
There you go. The arms exceeding expectations and the bats kind of starting to come around, so it's going to be fun to watch that team. Thank you, Andy.
Sure. Thank you, Cole. Have a great day, bud. War Eagle.
War Eagle. Andy Bertram joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline, talking Auburn basketball, Auburn baseball. So we'll continue 2 conversations when we come back. What do we need more of? What do we need less of in sports? Based on Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao again. Next on Jocks. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather are going to fight again in September. I don't need it. I'll probably watch it. 800-239-9569. I'll ask you this question. What do we need more of in sports? What do we need less of in sports? I hate to admit this, John, but I actually think that maybe what we need more of in sports is the harder question to answer right now. I can think of a lot of things we need less of.
Okay.
Professional all-star games? Or maybe the shenanigans that currently come with them right now? Do we need more NBA All-Star Weekend? Do we need more Pro Bowl games?
Probably not, no.
Now, Major League Baseball has maintained some of its popularity, but do we need more home run derby activity? Do we need more futures, elite, all-stars, hop in the DeLorean games? Major League Baseball. Guys we've never heard of that we want to go watch play. I'll give you something you might want more of.
Okay.
The UFL is offering you more new rules.
Oh, really? Normally I'd be like, I don't know about this, but the UFL and its predecessor XFL, like they've been actually really good with a lot of these rules.
Okay. So I'm interested to see if you think this is going to be good.
Okay. Because they have history. They've the kickoff thing that they were doing, like I don't mind that. The way they do the extra points, what is the golden challenge, the super challenge, or whatever it is. You can challenge any one play, any one time. Well, not any time, but like for any one thing. They have a lot of rules of like, okay, like I like where this is going. So precedent has been set.
The UFL is announcing that any field goal, I want to know if you're on board with this,
All right.
from 60-plus yards will now be worth 4 points.
I'd make it 65. 65 or more.
I'm fine with 60. I mean, I think they're only playing at one indoor stadium now, which, by the way, that's also in the news. Apparently, the St. Louis Battlehawks are in conversations to go play at Energizer Park. Now, I'll say, for all the other XFL, UFL teams there have been, USFL teams over time, this is the move. Go to these local soccer stadiums that hold 18 to 32,000 people and pack it up.
Pack that out,
That's why the DC venue is great.
Yes.
Even in LA, when we went out there and they played at David Beckham Stadium, whatever it was, he's got a statue.
No,
I don't know if it's named for him or not.
Who cares? That's what it is.
You're like, this is a decent environment.
Yes.
And you realize, I can only fit 17,000 in here, so it feels packed.
Absolutely.
However, St. Louis is not. That's not the move.
No.
They have almost sold that place out.
They have, yeah. They've been there.
They have filled the lower bowl almost consistently not every big game, not every playoff game, every game.
Yes.
Do not take that environment away from them. Whoever is listening to this from the UFL, do not allow that move to take place. Good move, bad move. 60-plus yard field goal worth 4 points. Now, keep in mind, this is a league that has turned its nose up at the kickers for a while.
Yes.
Don't need you. Don't want you. They didn't even let them kick extra points.
Yeah, which
is great.
Fine.
We are on board with.
I'm perfectly fine with that. But yeah, I think, the further the attempt, I can understand it. But I can't say how many because we did see Bates and
there have been a few.
Aubrey that they'll attempt it for sure. Little just hit a 70-yarder in preseason. So, I mean, I think it's cool.
Here's what's interesting about it. For real, is not only are they doing this, but they are enacting other new rules around kicking that continue to go further against kicking. Here are some of the other new rules in the XFL. This goes with our conversation of things you need more in sports, things you need less of in sports. Because I always need less kicking in sports.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The 4-point field goal, any successful kick past 60 yards will be worth 4 points. They're going to 1 foot inbounds.
Okay.
For a legal catch this year, adopting the NCAA rule. Red zone penalties. The UFL will reinstitute the rule of half the distance to the goal for penalties committed in the red zone, which reverts back to the current NFL rules.
That's fine. Yeah,
right. Nobody mad at that. No tush push.
No tush push?
Okay.
Banned.
Well, I mean,
banned.
The only team that can do it is Philadelphia, successfully.
I do think there was one, I can't remember who it was. There was one UFL team that was pretty good at it last year. Punting in field position is on the board for rule changes. There will now be no punting inside the 50.
Oh, so like that dead man's no. That dead
Do we
man's
go
zone
for
where
it?
it's
Do
Once
we
you
kick?
cross
Yeah.
once you in their territory, you
like the
cannot punt.
44-yard line and it's 4th and 7.
No punts will be allowed from anywhere inside the 50-yard line, plus 49-yard line and in. This rule does not apply after the 2-minute warning of either half.
Okay, so
Why do you even add that part?
Right.
Just keep it. So basically you're saying if you need to try and milk a game away, we're going to let you do that by punting. Then, but otherwise, no.
At that point, I'm okay with that. But just
I say, just keep it uniform the whole game.
Once the ball is made ready to play inside the 50-yard line, a team cannot punt even if a subsequent penalty or loss of yardage moves the ball beyond the 50. So you're on the 49.
And you get a false start.
Or you get a face mask.
Yeah, you could.
you've already crossed, therefore
it's
cannot
it's
punt.
4th and 13, buddy. 4th and 35.
By the
Hail
way, that
Mary time.
49 would have been a 4-point field goal.
True.
Well, you'd still have the 4-point field goal. It's just going to be from what, like 78?
At that point,
Yeah, like
right?
80,
yeah.
82
Don't think
yard
you're
field
kicking
goal.
it
Hey,
at that
Lane
point.
did it. If the ball's on the 50, a team may punt the ball.
Oh, so
Boy, here comes some context.
Yeah.
Like how much of the ball is touching the 50?
because they have the virtual line, so like if the ball even it has a
Say,
nose
if
over
we bring the chain gang out for that,
I'm glad that they have the details written in because I couldn't wait for the first coach from like the 45 to say, well, no, the punter is actually punting from behind the 50.
Oh gosh.
So we're actually gonna punt here.
Yeah.
no, I like it. I don't mind that rule because say if you're up 5 and it's 3rd and 6, you cross it and you get stopped. Otherwise, you'd have to punt, or you have to go for it, and then they get the ball at midfield.
Yeah.
When under 2 minutes left, no, like I'm fine with having it to where you're under 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever. Like you can't
2.
punt. I'm fine with that. Like that would put the team that's up at a disadvantage.
Some of the rules that we've seen: overtime, teams will alternate attempts from the 5-yard line. If after 3 attempts for each team, tie has not been broken, teams will alternate attempts until there's a winner. Home team will have the choice to go on offense or defense. Coin toss will be implemented in lieu of home team choice. Points after touchdown, 3 PAT options. Teams have 3 scrimmage play options to elect their point after touchdown attempt, plus a new 1-point kick option.
PAT.
3-point conversion, ball placed at the 8. 2-point conversion, ball placed at the 2. Excuse me. 1-point conversion, 33-yard field goal.
Right when we thought we had it.
This is overtime only, or is this all?
As soon as I thought I was out.
Is this all PATs or is this overtime or the overtime?
PAT.
We're going for 2.
That is interesting how I don't think that works in overtime because you just get the attempts from the 5.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So you don't have second downs in those. So, I mean, I guess you could just try and line up and kick. Like,
We know we're gonna stop.
it's
This
not
is
no,
our
it's
2-point
not no
play.
good or good. It just doesn't count because there's nothing. You can't do that there. So, I no.
I'm going for 3. From the 8-yard line, yeah, we can work some stuff.
It was interesting talking to a lot of coaches. That's why you saw more 2s than 1s. They
Mhm.
wanted a little space, but not all the space. I think 70% of these points after are going to be 33-yard field goal attempts.
Really?
Some may
Probably.
depend where you are, the
Yeah.
weather, things like
Right.
that. Like if it's a windy day and you're somewhere weird, like possibly if they stay in the Dome in St. Louis, I think every team will kick the 33-yard field goal every time.
Yeah. Perfect conditions.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I think that's going to be a lot more PATs, but that'll give you some more scoring, which maybe they look at that as valuable. I don't really know what the study was on it. I don't know. I'm not for that, though. I don't like that.
Me either.
I mean, listen, if you want to reward a kicker for hitting a 62-yard field goal, giving him an extra point, cool. Have it. Great. I don't think that changes what's going to happen because once you get inside that 50, you can't punt anyway.
Right.
So it's either a long field goal or you go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to kick the long field goal, have the point. Good. But now we're going to see teams backing up for a 33-yard field goal. Someone will have the math on it. I may be able to find it when the season gets close of 30 to 35-yard field goals over the last 2 years, what they've been.
What
in the
they
league.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I bet there have been more misses than you think.
Oh, probably.
Oh, of course.
Like for every Jake Bates, there's a puh. Like for every Rodrigo Blankenship in the UFL, there's a puh.
Yeah.
God, we had one game in Dallas last year. I think the kid missed like 4 field goals. You're just like, hey, you want him out there again?
Was that the Renegades Battlehawks game?
Oh, I think. And I looked over there, and he was like, no, he's not doing it. Like, he's a kicker. He can talk. He doesn't have to go block a defensive end trying to sack the quarterback. Like, he's just going to be standing here the whole time. Was he kicking to the net?
Now, I will say on the broadcast part of things, I did find it interesting. Like, y'all get right up on them. Like, you get real live action, like, emotion as soon as something big happens. Like, I've always appreciated that. Of just, like, what's going through your head? Like, how you feeling? What was the play design? What was the play call? I like the voice, like the play call that you hear with the quarterback communication. I think that's cool. Like, I wish the NFL would adopt some of that stuff. Even if I don't know exactly what's being called, but just having that, like, you're talking to the backup quarterback and just saying, hey, what's the play call right here? You know, what is he looking at? RPO, like if this flashes, I think that could be beneficial for just football in general, because it gives the casual fan of like, hey, I may not know what's going on, but now that you put that out there, they watch that play happen. It's like, okay, now that makes sense. Because again, the view that we have, the television copy, there's only so much you can really see.
Right.
But I do think that it makes the casual fan that much smarter in watching, you know, and understanding the game of football.
It's interesting that you say that, because not a lot of people feel that way. I would love to know, the people listening to the show now, do you like the in-game interviews? Do you hate the in-game interviews? I'm actually trying to find it. I had a guy tweet out not long ago, Bobby Cantwell. Do people actually enjoy all the game sideline interviews?
Yes.
He's strictly referencing UFL now, not.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Because again, like, you got to keep, like, the hot mic. Sometimes it misses that delay, and you get the real emotion from, like, what's going on out there.
The game we had in Houston a couple of years ago at Rice Stadium, and it was the quarterback that I think played at Tennessee. He came in late. Oh, I can't remember his name right now. And AJ was his offensive coordinator, and not McCarron, the other AJ.
Smith.
AJ Smith. And it's like, AJ Smith would go off and be like, we don't know what we're doing. And he would be like, that dumb expletive trying to tell me I don't know the play call. Our coordinator don't know expletive. And we're just like, I remember telling our producer, stay with those two. Don't let anybody else say a word. We need nothing else. Just these two back and forth is all we need. Like, I remember Johnson, quarterback, played at Texas A&M. He was on the LA team.
Josh Johnson.
Josh Johnson was the LA quarterback, and Norm Chow was the OC. This is the first year the XFL came back. And it would go back and forth, and it would, Norm Chow, like, super calm, super demeanor, and Norm Chow would make the call, and he goes, this guy has no idea what we're going to do here. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time calling these plays. And then you go to Josh Johnson, he would say, man, we ain't running that. This dude don't know nothing. Hey, give me 28 sprint on go. And you're just like, whoa.
Like, I love that. I love that part.
It's so good. And then when you come over, sometimes you get the reality of what's happening from those guys. Sometimes it's fun. Hell, we had a center catch a touchdown pass.
That is true.
In a game. Like, I'm going to go talk to him.
Absolutely.
After that, and we're going to hear from him. Sometimes you get cool stories. Like, we had a running back who was literally working on a golf course 8 days before he rushed for a touchdown in a game, cleaning golf carts, sleeping on his brother's sofa, and he scored a touchdown 8 days later in a professional football game.
I remember that.
Oh, and by the way, the next week, because he told us that week about how his daughter and his family, he was a Polynesian kid, so like big family get together to watch the games. It was like a huge deal. Told us that at his brother's house, they all got together to watch the games. He scores in the next game. We had the family from the watch party on FaceTime.
Yeah. And
we did that live on TV. Like, you're telling me that's dumb?
That's dope.
Okay.
I love it. The more access, because I think for a lot of people that have not played like a higher level of football besides high school, like, there's just so many things within a game that people just don't take it, like, they just don't take into an account. Like, when they set up, when people are like, oh, watch the fake here, like, to hear a fake field goal or a fake punt being called in a game, is like, hey, we're going to think about this, and like the pivotal points in a ball game, and just hear what a coach is thinking. Like, it's phenomenal.
Why why are we? It feels like everyone around here is wanting more and more access for things, right? Especially like with officiating, we loved what the ACC and that whole crew did. We love it. I know when I watch the UFL, you hear Blaine Dino, all those guys like break down everything. We say we want that. We want that more access. But when we're given more access to talk to these players, the coach is like, that's dumb. We don't want that. Well, what the hell, man? Like you just said, you wanted more. Like you want more of this.
Yes,
we're giving it to you.
Well, the more access part, like from an officiating standpoint, that's just fear.
Right.
You're gonna hear something or some uncertainty or lack of confidence in something, and people are gonna run with it, and we already see. I mean, we got officials getting death threats. I actually don't mind less access. I would love to have it.
Right.
Here's one thing you have to understand first off when it comes to access with officiating and anything around officiating. There's not another guy that does it in the same stratosphere as Dean Blandino. Literally. Mm-hmm. There's not another human that can talk about it as well as Dean Blandino can, and it ain't even close.
No.
And you guys have watched the NFL games and other games when they go to other guys, and I'm not putting them down. I'm just telling you, Dean is that much further ahead than everybody. He just knows he gets the TV part of it. It's not that they don't know officiating. Dean understands the TV part of it, so he can explain it quickly, smoothly, in a way that you need to understand. He knows when he's sitting there watching it, it's not him watching it. He's watching it with however many people. That's almost uncoachable. You either know how to do that or you don't.
Right.
You know how to say, all right, so let's go take a look at the receiver. Okay, first off, I see that he has the catch, but is that foot down? What I'm looking at here is that right foot too. Does that right foot get down as opposed to some other guys that are like, well, they're not both feet down. Catch. He looks. I mean, I'm probably going to go with him and say catch here. And you watch that and you're angry. You're like, this dude's terrible. It's not that he doesn't know rules. He just doesn't know how to talk to you about it in a television way.
Right.
Which is not really – he came up being an official.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't come up being a TV guy.
He knows it.
So it's hard. And think about how many people you have to choose from. How many officials out there are even still wanting to officiate? Not a ton because of what comes with it. It's no different than college players. All the officials are trying to get to the NFL.
There's your thankless job.
I have not heard a human that's not directly affiliated from an administrative standpoint with college football, be it conference official, coach, school official, like SID, president, AD, say one nice thing about officials.
The closest was in that Indiana Penn State game that one that end zone catch that he got. You saw the official standing right there. There were a couple of, to their credit, there were like 2 or 3 sports writers. They were like, the official's name is, I don't even remember. I just remember seeing the tweet. I remember seeing it was so-and-so. He was right there. Yep. He made the call. Everything was right. Kudos to him. I'm like, you know what? I see you.
Yeah.
Don't know his name.
Again, I view the broadcast team as loosely affiliated with college football.
Right, yeah.
They were the ones that I think that was Klatt.
Yeah.
That was like, look at Joey Capoto, eyes right on the foot, which is great that he pointed it out, but also like here, I mean, the context where he's already hitting me up. Like, that's what the money's for, is what they would say.
They better be right there.
That's what he's supposed to do. Well, guess what? It happens really fast, and you're not always in the exact position to be able to see. It always doesn't happen right in front of you, by the way.
Right.
True.
Like, if that's corner of the end zone, he might not be in position to be right there to see that the way that he did.
Yeah.
4 points for a 6-yard field goal. I'm cool with that. No punts inside the 50. Good with that. Don't need a 33-point extra point, 33-yard extra point.
For the record, in the NFL this past season, for field goals between 30 and 39 yards, all of the NFL was about 91, 92%. So there were some misses.
How many extra points did we miss in the NFL this year? Because I will say this, it's going to be more than we think. Because I think a lot of us just assume it's like 1 or 2.
Right.
It is a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's like 80, but we just assume, it's still an easy field goal. Those guys are going to nail that.
It should be.
No problem.
Yeah, it should be because you're at the highest level. But it's also, hey, a lot of NBA players miss free throws too.
Yep. Like I told you guys, we asked most thankless job in America. There's 2 sides coming out. One, how much Charlie Baker makes. Therefore, it doesn't matter. People hate him. Like Tone, Empire State Tone. As a 2025 NCAA President, Charlie Baker received over $3.4 million in total. Let me ask you this. Is $3.4 million? That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
It is.
But if you can just take like the dollar signs away from a second, with if anybody on earth, if we put a bag of 3.4 million over there and said free reign, we'd all sprint to get it, all of us, every single time. But if you actually sat down for a second, took a deep breath and said, yeah, you can have that, but people are going to hate you every day. And by the way, they're going to tell you to your face, online, on the phone, everywhere you go. They're going to tell you that you're terrible at your job, you're not good, and you're going to face lawsuits from different people on a weekly basis, almost daily basis,
right,
in different parts of the country. And here's how we're going to weaponize you to battle all of that. None.
It's going to be tough.
A water gun, essentially,
right.
Going to war right now is what you're going to have. Honestly, is it worth it? The money doesn't just offset being a thankless job. And then you get the Patrick Connors, caregivers and hospice nurses come to mind. Like, not everything is that. Okay. It's just it isn't.
Is that the Rubik's Cube we're seeing?
No.
Oh. Same sound.
They were
printer still works.
about 19% of all extra points were missed, so about 1 in 5.
Huh.
Which is more than
19 total?
No. They were like 40, 43, 44, somewhere in there. Like
40-something missed extra points?
Well, I think the Giants had 5 kickers this past season, so
fair.
Most of them came from New York.
We ran off the stats that day, and we were like, how many kickers did the Giants have? And why were they giving them all tries?
So there's a couple misses there.
Time for B-ball tweets in. That would be my wife. She works as a CS rep for CVS. Thankless people calling in and thankless companies she works for. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't supposed to be personal. It's entertainment.
I think UFC referees, like trying to stop,
No, except for the one big dude that everybody thinks is awesome.
There's a few.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, you gotta watch a hammer.
Because he's yanked some people off. And you're like, whoa, that was going to get really bad really quick.
Yeah, you got a split decision to make. Hey,
T-Mar, Charlie Baker makes $2.6 million. He's done nothing to improve college sports. He might be the most overpaid man in America. Totally different discussion, and I got a lot more I'd like to throw in there. And about 750 will be college athletes.
Yeah.
I can give you 5 from your favorite school in a moment's notice. And I don't even know your favorite school. Just name them. I'll start listing names. Because I got 5 from my school. And it's not the school's fault. It's not the coach's fault. It's just what it is. But when Ohio State's national championship team had 5 offensive linemen on the bench, all making over 750, that comes to mind. That's a lot. You ain't going to like that.
Right. Where's the money going?
That's not a discussion you're going to want to have.
Where's the money going?
You're not going to want to have that discussion. All right, back with more next. We discussed the most thankless jobs in America. I can't go any further with that. Not doing it. I it was meant to be a fun conversation. You know,
Should we add
trauma surgeon was not in the mix there.
God
That
almighty.
wasn't what that was meant to be.
God almighty.
I just
Are we adding a morning radio show host in Birmingham?
no. I
To
get
that- to
people. I get too many pats on the rear end probably, and Barrett rankings and things. We don't need those. I don't need people to tell me I do a good job. I don't think I do a great job, so it doesn't really matter what people. If people tell me I do a great job, I feel like I need to try harder. So it doesn't matter. It was just meant to be. Maybe I should have said in sports.
Yeah.
Athletic trainers.
Wide
We
receiver
know.
coaches
We
at
know.
wide receiver coaches at triple option offenses.
What?
That's
Talk about a
thankless. man.
grind.
Yeah.
Talk about a grind.
Yeah. Like imagine being Army's receiver coach. Like, dang, dog.
Coach, what's funny period going to look like today? Well, we're going to be on the sled,
What?
Yeah, good. I ain't getting the shoots.
watching film. We got to get the head across on this reach block here. Coach, just stop it. Stop it.
Like 7-on-7 periods.
He's not getting out there.
2 plays long.
He's not getting out there in a fullback dive, Coach. Stop. We don't need to work on that. We don't. It's okay.
Get in the stands.
Maybe this would be good. Special teams coordinators. Or if a certain school has it, not many do, like a kicking coach.
Yeah.
Feels like an oxymoron.
Like, who was our kicker we had at Bama a couple? Will Reichert?
Yeah.
How many people? I don't even know if they had one. Maybe they did. Let's assume they did. How many people were like, Billy Capilli, the kicking coach?
He's the
you,
one.
You talk about keeping a constant rotation there. Like, he got that follow through where it needs to be.
Yeah.
I mean, the focus, the energy, the body language. But that guy's got him coached up. Or if he doesn't, like Will Reichert's personal kicking coach. Has anybody ever told him, and that guy's awesome?
Nope. I hadn't heard anything.
I'm actually never going to say that to any kicking coach. But I feel like y'all are probably doing some good jobs somewhere.
Who's the coordinators that got the Carlsons in at Auburn? I'm sure you
Mama
don't
and
know
Daddy
anymore.
Carlson.
Is that
That's who needs to be
right?
there.
Maybe that's what. All right, but sure, there was a recruiter out there that went
Yeah.
and got the Carlsons there.
It's like an old friend of mine that works in the offensive line world told me a long time ago when the whole built by Bama thing was getting really big. He's like, first round development was made by mom and dad.
For sure.
That's just
Kind of.
that started there.
For sure.
Now, a lot of other stuff happened, but if you want to talk about the foundation of first round talent,
Mom and Pop.
Built by jeans.
go watch Jurassic Park. You'll learn exactly how that happened. It's just so yeah. I don't think Mr. and Mrs. Carlson for that first and
For
foremost.
sure.
Don't know who their kicking coach is. Or if they ever, probably don't need one based on it's like the Colquitt family. Do you think they have a punting coach? No, they got Grandma and Grandpa Colquitt. They came out punting, literally.
That's it.
Probably punted themselves out of there. Just here he is.
You
Yeah.
can see them
You
in
want to
like
cut the umbilical cord? No, he's probably going to punt it loose. Like, we're good. We don't need to shut up. Right in
Oh.
half.
Yeah.
old man Colquitt back in the 1840s. You know, was defending his farm. Some like varmint came up and he kicked it.
They kicked
It was
it
like,
one time.
Hey, he's got something.
Alex Page has a great one. Thankless job, professional college team media relations staff, SIDs. You
Yeah.
people don't have
Yeah.
any idea the
Yeah.
beating that these people take. Their coaches yell at them constantly.
Just let me handle it.
Let me handle it.
That's it.
You heard Mark Pope walking up. I mean, that's directed at the AD also, but like that's what those guys get when their coaches walk off the podium almost every time. Wins,
Yeah.
wins. Now you got to scramble for all these interviews they got to go on. Losses, avoid all the interviews that people want to have, not let them talk to anybody. Oh, by the way, getting basketballs and football signed, getting tickets for people like they are basically the head coach's assistants and a lot of the players and assistant coaches' assistants.
Yeah.
And they're trying to line up all these interviews. They're trying to line up meetings. Like it's, and oh, by the way, there's a report out there that's false. Guess what they have to do? Start calling everybody that's putting that out there to say, you know, I can't give you all the details here, but just want you to know you're wrong. Some people don't care when that happens. Some people do care when that happens. Like Susan Lax at Kentucky, Kirk Sampson at Auburn, who's not in that direct position anymore, but was for a long time. Those people take a beating, man.
It's a grind.
And I have not heard one person that's not directly affiliated with them professionally be like, hey, way to go, man.
Even Ted Feely, who was at now is at Auburn.
Dealing with Stephen Pearl this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Maxson, who was with Saban.
Yeah.
Now at Missouri?
Joey Mullins at Sanford. It's brutal.
It is. I don't see a lot of people telling them they do a good job.
No.
Man.
No. Michael Bonnet at LSU, not a lot of people being like,
Bill
great job,
Martin.
man.
And just imagine.
Bill Martin's at Tennessee now. He was at Mississippi State. Bill Martin's one of the best there is out there. Bill Martin does an amazing job. But,
He does.
and you can see it on him, too. Like, we've had to move some meetings with Tennessee, and you can Bill's one of the most calm individuals you've ever met. But you can see in his body language that Heupel's, pissed at him. He's like, we had to move this here and this. And I'm like, oh, man, that's not good. That might be our fault. But, hey, he still gets you what you need, does what he needs to do.
And they're doing it for multiple sports.
They have a lot.
Yeah.
At least they've cut them down now.
Right.
Like somebody does football, baseball, women's basketball, both basketball, whatever. They've cut it down. But imagine 20 years ago, you and the assistant SID did all the sports.
That was it. Yep.
That's why we never heard about golf and tennis back in the day. Because they're like, hold on, we have that? All right, back with more next. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning, 8:56, Tuesday, February 24th. A lot more to get to on the show. Ross Dellinger joins us next. We'll ask him about Charlie Baker, since a lot of people are telling me what a terrible job he does. I don't think you understand the context of exactly how that job operates and what he has to work with, per se. And then Josh Pate at 9:20. Maybe a massive shift in how we watch sports as well. I'll share that with you next hour. Could be a game changer for the future of a lot of franchises, programs, teams, leagues. We'll see. A lot more to get to next right here on Jocks.